The 2019 Subaru Forester. First hitting the scene in 1997, the Subaru Forester has seen a total of 4 generations come and go over the years. Now, there's a new 5th generation for the compact crossover SUV making its big debut at the 2018 New York International Auto Show. Framed as the roomiest, most capable and most versatile Forester ever made, this latest 5-door brings all the right stuff for those weekend getaways, not to mention fresh styling, loads and loads of space, a bit more power, and a fresh suite of safety tech to boot. Continue reading to learn more about the 2019 Subaru Forester. 2019 Subaru Forester exterior. Up front, we find new headlight housings stretched back into the front fenders. LEDs are standard across the range. Outside, the 2019 Subaru Forester gets the tall riding, pumped-up proportions you'd expect from a modern crossover. The styling is a mix of blocky shapes and hard lines, and while it's not the most incredible design we've ever seen, it definitely gets the job done with a more mass appeal kind of approach. Although similar to the outgoing model, the 2019 model year brings with it a refreshed exterior that's meant to show off a more rugged style, mating Subaru's latest design language while retaining a strong family resemblance to the rest of the brand's portfolio. Up front, we find new headlight housings that are stretched back into the front fenders. LED lighting elements are standard across the range. The nose gets its atmosphere through Subaru's signature hexagonal grille design, which comes outlined with a prominent chrome surround and top wing line, complete with the requisite 6-star badge. Additional high-gloss black and silver trim can be found elsewhere on the vehicle. An upward slanting shoulder line was used around the pillars, rising towards the tail section and adding a bit of extra visual heft. Subaru also says it placed the pillars in just the right locations to ensure good outward visibility, while the large wheel arches are a nod to the extra AWD grip provided by the drivetrain. The Forester has an impressive 8.7 inches of ground clearance, which certainly helps underline its off-roading capability aspirations. Updates this year include a lengthened wheelbase, now up to 105.1 inches compared to the 103.9 inches of the outgoing model, a gain of 1.2 inches overall. The Forester also has an impressive 8.7 inches of ground clearance, which certainly helps underline its off-roading capability aspirations. For reference, the rough stuff-oriented Jeep Cherokee Trailhawk also offers 8.7 inches of ground clearance. What's more, each of the Forester trim levels get lower body cladding designed to protect against mud, rocks and other road debris. These twin underbody protection elements are finished in colors specific to the trim level picked, complementing the SUV with extra style points regardless of whether you're tackling the trailhead or just the shopping mall parking lot. Up top, the 2019 Subaru Forester comes with standard roof rails, which are added to each of trim levels with the exception of the base model. Properly outfitted, these things can be used to carry large items like bikes and kayaks. The Sport and Touring trim levels also throw in new tie-down hooks to make for easier securing. What's more, each of the Forester trim levels get lower body cladding designed to protect against mud, rocks and other road debris. Standard spec for the base model includes 17-inch steel wheels in the corners, while the premium model gets 17-inch rollers made from a lightweight alloy. Meanwhile, the Sport, Limited, and Touring trims get standard 18-inch alloy wheels. Unique wheel designs are used for each of the various trims. Finally, exterior colors include new shades like Jasper Green Metallic, Horizon Blue Pearl, and Crimson Red Pearl. 2019 Subaru Forester interior. Subaru claims the 2019 Forester is the roomiest and quietest model to wear the nameplate yet. Inside the 2019 Forester, passengers will enjoy a more angular, tech-heavy cabin. The layout gains sharper air vents in the dash, with additional detailing added here and there to break up the large solid surfaces seen on the outgoing model. It's definitely a different approach from the simplified, horizontal layouts seen elsewhere in the segment, but it looks good all the same. More importantly, Subaru claims the 2019 Forester is the roomiest and quietest model to wear the nameplate yet. The boost in cabin space dimensions starts with increased rear legroom, which comes partly thanks to the longer overall wheelbase. Rear-seated passengers will not enjoy up to 39.4 inches of rear legroom, which is 1.4 inches more than before. There's also more headroom, hip room, and shoulder room, while wider rear door openings courtesy of the steeper C-pillar make it easier to get in and out of the thing. The new dimensions and design also open up the rear cargo room, with aft space increased to 76.1 cubic feet total. The increase in available space is partly thanks to a lowered rear bench, which contributes an extra 1.4 cubic feet all on its own. Additional practicality is added thanks to a 60-40 split for the bench, making it easier to load longer items like skis. Speaking of loading up, the rear gate now opens at a maximum width of 51.2 inches, which is an increase of 5.3 inches compared to the outgoing model. Subaru claims that it's so wide you can load a full-sized golf bag sideways without the need to tilt it. A power rear gate is equipped as standard on the limited and touring trim levels, while the premium and sport models get it as an available option. The rear gate now opens at a maximum width of 51.2 inches, which is an increase of 5.3 inches compared to the outgoing model. As an added layer of toughness, Subaru applied a special material to the cargo floor, trim, sides, and rear of the Forester, all of which get a textured surface designed to resist dirt and scuffing. There's also a PVC material for the bottom of the front seats, while pockets in the seat backs add another spot for extra storage. A standard cargo tray is also in place to protect the various interior trim bits. Get into the sport model, and you'll get an extra LED light in the cargo area and an automatic off function, plus a rear gate LED flood light to illuminate the surrounding area, all of which is great when loading up after a long day out in the wilderness. A panoramic power moonroof is offered as standard equipment on the premium, sport, limited, and touring trim levels. All models also get new front seats as of the 2019 model year, while a new electronic parking brake simplifies the cabin space layout by deleting the traditional parking brake handle in the central tunnel. The standard automatic climate control is upgraded to a dual-zone setup on limited and touring models. When it comes to infotainment gadget, the 2019 Forester is practically dripping in features, both new and as carryovers from the outgoing model. When it comes to infotainment gadget, the 2019 Forester is practically dripping in features, both new and as carryovers from the outgoing model. Kicking it off is the standard EyeSight Driver Assist technology suite. In the top trim touring model, this includes the latest driver focus tech, which will notify the driver if it detects fatigue or distraction while on the road. With driver focus, Subaru is taking on one of the biggest issues in the automotive industry, distracted driving, says the automaker. To accomplish this, driver focus uses facial recognition technology, which is a bit creepy to think about. But for those buyers looking to keep all eyes on the road, perhaps with plans of younger drivers or older drivers taking the wheel, the tech is surely a desirable feature. What's more, driver focus can also recognize which driver is behind the wheel, and will adjust various personalized settings, seat position, climate control preferences, multifunction display mode, etc. to match their unique profile as soon as the driver starts the vehicle. As many as 5 driver presets can be added. The Forester also includes more traditional safety technology, such as automatic braking, adaptive cruise control, lane departure and sway warning, lane keep assist, pre-collision throttle management, and LED vehicle start alert. Optional features include reverse automatic braking and blind spot detection, lane change assist, and rear cross-traffic alert. The Sport, Limited, Touring also get high beam assist, while the Limited and Touring get steering responsive headlights. The standard tire pressure monitor system gets 4 individual readouts for more accurate monitoring, rather than a general, low-pressure, warning. The standard trailer stability assist can also monitor the trailer sway and apply individual brakes to stabilize the vehicle, while a standard rearview camera helps with tight spot maneuvering. Those residing in colder climates will enjoy the available heated front seats with 3-stage control, which replaces the outgoing model's 2-stage system. The Touring trim also throws in heated rear seats, which is a new feature for the 2019 model year. Keyless access and a push-button starter are both equipped as standard on the Sport, Limited, and Touring model, and offered as an option on the Premium model. User inputs can be made via an optional 8.0-inch multimedia screen. The standard spec is a 6.5-inch screen. The 2019 Forester is also offered with Subaru's latest Starlink connected services, which now comes with an optional remote engine start feature. Making its connection via the My Subaru smartphone app, this system also lumps in remote climate control settings. Apple CarPlay and Android Auto offer smartphone support, while SiriusXM radio can be had for those with a subscription. Bluetooth streaming and connectivity is another option. User inputs can be made via an optional 8.0-inch multimedia screen. The standard spec is a 6.5-inch screen. Voice recognition is also included. Finally, buyers can upgrade to an onboard Wi-Fi connection and concierge services if desired. 2019 Subaru Forester Drivetrain. Each trim level is motivated by a 2.5-liter four-cylinder boxer engine, with output upgraded slightly over last year's model, peaking at 182 horsepower and 176 pound-feet of torque for the 2019 model year. Under the revised body panels, the 2019 Subaru Forester is built on Subaru's newest global platform architecture, underpinnings which Subaru says can deliver significantly higher levels of driving pleasure, agility, crash protection, ride comfort and quietness. And while we wouldn't necessarily single out the Forester as our go-to pick for driving pleasure, the reductions in noise, vibration, and harshness (NVH) are surely appreciated. Each trim level is motivated by a 2.5-liter four-cylinder boxer engine. This powerplant is updated from the previous 2.5-liter four-cylinder boxer engine Subaru has used before, and comes with features like automatic stop-start, direct fuel injection, a higher compression ratio, and active valve control system (AVCS) for the exhaust side. Output is rated at a maximum of 182 horsepower and 176 pound-feet of torque, which is a bit more than the previous model's 170 horses and 174 pound-feet of twist, 12 ponies and 2 pound-feet more, to be exact. The only gearbox on offer is a continuously variable transmission (CVT), otherwise known as the Subaru Lineartronic CVT. This automatic gearbox offers better acceleration than before, as well as 33 mpg on the highway as estimated by Subaru, 1 more mpg than before. If you decide to get into the top sport or touring trim level, you'll be able to have a bit more control over the transmission with a simulated 7 speeds, swapped courtesy of the paddle shifters mounted to the steering wheel. Rounding out the drivetrain is Subaru's iconic symmetrical AWD system. Rounding out the drivetrain is Subaru's iconic symmetrical AWD system. The 2019 Forester comes standard with a driver-selectable SI Drive powertrain management system, which offers settings like Intelligent and Sport, as well as Sport Sharp on the Sport trim level. These alter parameters like the throttle response, with smoother inputs in Intelligent mode to save fuel, and a more responsive feel when in Sport mode. Unfortunately, Subaru is no longer offering the Forester XT model, which came with a turbocharged engine pumping out as much as 250 horsepower. Previous model years also offered a manual transmission option, which once again goes the way of the Dodo this year. As a replacement for the XT, Subaru is offering the Forester Sport, which is inspired by the needs of outdoor enthusiasts. Upgrades over the other trim levels include an exclusive aesthetic, unique driving modes, additional interior bits, and more. Check out the prices section for a full rundown. As for handling, the Forester comes standard with active torque vectoring, a system plucked directly from sporty models like the Subaru WRX and WRX STI. Overall, Subaru is aiming to combine SUV-like capability and a car-like ride in terms of on-road personality for the 2019 Forester. To address the latter of those characteristics, all but the base model gets something called X-Mode Hill Descent Control, which tweaks the engine, transmission shifting, AWD system, braking, and electronic stability system to better equip the Forester when heading down a slippery mountain. The Sport, Limited and Touring also comes standard with X-Mode driving settings for conditions like snow and dirt, as well as deep snow and mud. 2019 Subaru Forester prices. No official pricing info has been announced as of this writing, but it's expected to slot in at around the same spot as the previous model, which currently starts at $22,795. The 2019 Subaru Forester will arrive in dealerships later in 2018. No official pricing info has been announced as of this writing, but it's expected to slot in at around the same spot as the previous model, which currently starts at $22,795. Trim levels include the standard base model, the premium, the limited, the touring, and the sport. The base model comes with features like EyeSight driving assists, LED headlights, automatic start-stop, SI drive engine management, automatic climate control, trailer stability assist, and a welcome lighting signature, all of which are included on higher trims as well. The top touring trim level adds 10-way power driver's seat, 8-way power front passenger seating, heated rear seats, a heated steering wheel, and 2-position memory for the side view mirrors. The Sport makes its presence known with a unique grille up front complete with a black gloss finish, as well as 18-inch wheels in the corners, also finished in black. The Sport makes its presence known with a unique grille up front complete with a black gloss finish, as well as 18-inch wheels in the corners, also finished in black. A rear roof spoiler complements the looks, as do the orange accents on the black underbody protection plates and roof rails. Inside, the Sport gains a dark gray upholstery color with orange stitching and accents. The Sport model also gets a unique SI drive system with a Sport Sharp driving mode. A new instrument panel with a digital meter and multi-function display round out the gauges in the cabin, while further bits include exterior LED fog lights, high beam assist for the headlights, exterior mirrors fitted with integrated turn signals, a keyless access and push-button start system, and PIN code access. Finally, the Sport tosses in the all-weather package, which includes nice-to-haves like heated front seats, heated side-view mirrors, and a windshield wiper de-icer function. 2019 Subaru Forester competition. Mazda CX-5. If you truly lament the loss of the turbocharged Subaru Forester XT and manual transmission option, then the Mazda CX-5 might be the direction to head. True to form, the Zoom Zoom brand instilled this 5-passenger crossover with just the right amount of fun behind the wheel. It also looks quite nice, and with nearly 190 horsepower under the hood, it'll hit 60 miles per hour in about 8 seconds. However, compared to the Forester, the rear won't hold as much stuff, and AWD is optional. Pricing starts at $24,150. Read our full review of the 2017 Mazda CX-5. Honda CR-V. Honda has plenty to say in this segment thanks to the highly competent CR-V. Powered by a top-trim turbocharged 1.5-liter 4-cylinder making as much as 190 horsepower and 179 pound-feet of torque, the CR-V will hit 60 miles per hour in a very decent 7.5 seconds, while the base model comes equipped with a 2.4-liter 4 making 184 horsepower. Front-wheel drive is the standard stuff, while AWD is once again optional. Space is ample inside, while the interior is quiet on the road. Pricing starts at $24,150. Read our full review of the 2017 Honda CR-V. Conclusion. While we wish the current Forester offered the same levels of driving engagement and fun as models in the past, it makes sense that Subaru instead focused on the features that appeal to the vast majority of buyers out there, that is, practicality, comfort, and equipment. Each of these facets sees a serious boost for the 2019 model year, and with standard AWD across the line, the Forester makes for a serious contender for anyone looking to get into a capable, unflappable compact crossover. Love it ticks all the right boxes for a capable SUV model. New technology keeps it safe, loads of space, solid value for the money. Leave it not terribly exciting, tons of competition from every direction fade into the background, styling references. Read our full review on the 2018 Subaru Forester. Read more Subaru news. Read more New York Auto Show news.
If you liked this video, please share your thoughts in the comments below and don't forget to hit the subscribe button.